Hey, Shalom. I was just praying, and this is the first page I turned to, and it's in scriptures. We're not supposed to worry what we're gonna say in that hour. So basically, I'm just gonna start off at where I dotted at. Now I beseech thee. This is 2 Maccabees 6 and 12. Now I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities. What calamities are these? These are all the calamities that you're seeing manifest in these times right now. Okay? People killing each other, okay? These mega corporations, wars, talks of wars going on, okay? The end of days and stuff, okay? False antichrists, okay? False names, false gods, okay? We know that Acts 4 and 12 tells us that there's only 2 names under heaven given to men, whereby we must be saved, okay? And let me continue. Okay, be not discouraged for these calamities, but they that judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastising on our nation. And what nation is that? That's the Israelites, okay? And it is for a token of his great goodness, when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as other nations, whom the Most High YAHAWASHI patiently forbeareth to punish, till they come to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us, lest that become at the height of sin, afterwards he should take vengeance of us. And therefore he never withdraweth his mercy from us, and though he punish with adversity, forgive me, yet doeth he never forsake his people. And I just heard it ringing in the ears. That's Ezekiel 16 and 12. This is beautiful. And this is talking to the Gentile, about us and all his people, and who have been scattered throughout the nations, and whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles to be put to death. And that's what's about to be happening, okay? The Israelites are waking up, and basically it's happening. Then might a man have seen the present misery. And this is 2 Maccabees 5 19. And I was just thinking about this as I'm reading it. How he's a hidden church, okay? He's not in the temples made with hands, okay? Nevertheless, the Most High God did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake, okay? And you gotta understand that, okay? We are people who have been trodden down, and basically, we are created to be great, but that's not what we are as a nation, as one. All these other nations, they have their laws and their goings about. Us as a nation, we don't know who we are. We're confused, and but look, I want you guys to sink in. But this is 2 Maccabees 6 and 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. And that's when, that's what the true Israelites are doing up here in America. The so-called blacks, Mexicans, Latinos, and Native Americans, who biblically, fit the afflictions that the Bible speaks of, the curses and the blessings of Deuteronomy 28. And there's testimonies backing it, so it's spiritual, You can see my skin. I had a black dad, which is of the tribe Judah. That's where that word Jew comes from. Okay? And, the secrets of this is, the word Jew came from the word Judah, and the Most High's name is in that word Judah, and the language that he wrote in his own finger and gave to his own people. Okay. 2 Maccabees 7:32. For we suffer because our sins, and though the living Lord YAHWASHI be angry with us a little while for our chastising and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants, the 12 tribes. But thou, O godless man, talking about Esau, who's in power right now, who has been who's been beating and killing us, and he's been educating us through this is 2 Maccabees 7:12. This is when Israelites were being tortured, and one of them was basically he wasn't being hurt, but like when he was being tortured, the Most High put the Spirit on him to where he was just full of courage. You know what I mean? Let me read it. And so much, okay. And said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them. And he despises the other. They're basically, the kings were basically killing Israelites because we wouldn't conform to their ways, the heathen, the Gentiles. And from him I hope to receive them again, and so much that the king that was torturing them, and they that were with him, the young man, marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains. Now when this young man was dead also, they tormented and mingled the forth in like manner. But that's just that's a good testimony, and only by wisdom. She exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a unmanly stomach. She said unto them, I cannot tell you how you came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath or life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you, but doubtless YAHWASHI, the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. His law's sake is life, wisdom and understanding. That's what you want to seek for. Kahala Yahweh YAHWASHI. All honors to the Most High. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace.